Nurdin, a call of a call massage he was used to, became a subscription in the village. Nurdin, who was easy to get along, made him known by some girls in the village. And finally he married one of the girls. Nurdin, who initially only contracted, now moved to his wife's residence. Together with a mother-in-law and sister-in-law, who is still 15 years old, named Lastri. Nurdin, the son-in-law, was received very well by his wife's family. Especially Nurdin also often gave money to his mother-in-law and sister-in-law. Two years later. Seeing the crowd of residents pack the house in the village, Nurdin's mother-in-law's house was surrounded by a police line. According to the rumor, found a mound of land behind the in-law's house. And after being dismantled, the mound contains the body of a newborn baby wrapped in black plastic. Nurdi, who works as a massage shaman, often get massage calls from neighboring neighbors. The friend who is friendly and good at getting along makes it easily accepted by villagers. Even Nurdin often massaged for free. The in-laws and sister-in-law also looked very dear to Nurdin. Every morning, Amina's wife goes to the market to sell vegetables. The sister-in-law was still in middle school, while the in-laws of ordinary housewives. While the father has long died. The ease of hanging out and good at talking actually made Nurdin and his sister-in-law established a forbidden relationship behind his wife. They always look for opportunities together to have a husband and wife when the wife is not at home. even when the mother-in-law at home, even though they still have the forbidden relationship on the grounds of massage in the room. Until a few months later, Lastri felt something in his stomach. The object feels hard, but sometimes it can also move. Lastri complained about his condition to Nurdin. For a moment, Nurdin checked the situation of his sister-in-law. Nurdin gasped. He suspected that Lastri was pregnant over their affair. For a moment, Nurdin was silent. Then he whispered to Lastri that Lastri was pregnant. Lastri was shocked. He was afraid of how his family reacted if they knew that he was pregnant with his own brother-in-law. Finally, Nurdin and Lastri agreed to abort the womb. Various methods have been done so that the baby in Lastri's stomach falls, starting from eating durian pineapple and others, even coming to the Berak shaman. But the effort was not successful, while Lastri's stomach is increasingly growing. A few days before birth, Nurdin gave money to his wife and mother-in-law to go to the way out of town, while Lastri said he would stay at his friend's house for a few days, while Nurdin reasoned that he was busy with the massage schedule for his call. The plan went smoothly. Then at home, there are only Nurdin and Lastri. Nurdin immediately sorted Lastri's stomach as hard as he could. Lastri also felt very painful, but he kept his mouth so as not to scream, so he didn't hear a neighbor. And finally, the Lastri baby came out. At birth, the baby was still alive and had time to cry. But Nurdin immediately completed and wrapped the baby with a blanket cloth until his voice was not heard anymore. Next, Nurdin put the baby's body into the plastic and hidden behind the door of the room. While he cleaned the blood spades for the birth. Then the baby's body he moved to a pile of wood behind his house, while he digs the ground, until finally Nurdin also buried the baby's body in the back garden of his in-law's house. But dear, one of the residents near his home, knowing Nurdin and Lastri's actions, the neighbor peeked at them, burialing an object in black plastic wrapper and buried in a hurry, while Lastri looked still in pain and very pale. Without thinking, the neighbor immediately gossiped to the neighbor next to his house and told Elle about the burial that Nurdin and Lastri did, until some people were collected and more curious about what was buried by Nurdin and Lastri in the back garden of his in-laws. Until finally some residents took the initiative, complained to the RT, and they flocked to go to the burial site. Seeing the residents coming to them and asking about the burial, Nurdi and Lastri could not move anymore. Until finally the mound of land was dismantled and found the body of a baby wrapped in black plastic. Nurdi was immediately secured to the police station by the residents. The wife, who knew the bitter incident, chose to leave the village and left Lastri and the mother. While the mother, very confused because he could not stop Amina, who wanted to leave, but also did not get the heart to drive Lastri from home. While Lastri, who could not bear the shame and no longer had a face to face his brother and mother. At the same time, the scorn of local residents to him. A few days later, Lastri ended his own life by jumping into the river. While Nurdi languished in prison without a single person who had visited him for many years.